everyone, so this video review is for The Stolen Girl by Cari. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that, so if you're on YouTube there's a link in the description below, and if you're on my blog there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So The Stolen Girl by Cari. This was a gritty thriller. Jo is out to prove she is fit for work. She's had a bit of an injury and she finds herself embroiled in this case that the serious crime team are struggling with. And then she calls on her partner Isla to help, and they soon find themselves pretty much at the centre of these chilling crimes, which I don't think is where they expected to be. So I loved being back with Jo and Isla. I was excited for what their future held after I'd read A Calculated Risk, and Cari has delivered an amazing story to follow up. What worked so well was the fact this story, although it's part of a series, it works great as a standalone story. You can read it and you don't need to know Jo or Isla really. But if you have read A Calculated Risk, it will give you all that background and insight into them, and it's a great story. So I definitely recommend you do. But from the very first chapter where Jo was bored by the restrictions of her injuries, I just knew she was going to end up involved in this because she cannot not be involved in things. She just had to pick up a phone when she wasn't supposed to and find some information out. It's just like so naughty. But she's a great detective, and this case needed her, and it had her a bit thrown actually. It was very dark. It covered some most unpleasant moments, but some of them were probably only really unpleasant if you're really squeamish like me. And there was one particular chapter where literally, if it had been a TV show, that would have been the bit where I put the pillow over my face and don't look at it for quite a while. I had that sicky feeling in my stomach, but it all had to be described that way because you had to understand the seriousness of these crimes. So a little bit of a warning, this could trigger some people. They were really unpleasant crimes, and they were really chilling and horrible, and the theme of some of them was very upsetting. But this is what makes these stories so hard-hitting and emotionally connect you as the reader, because this is horrible and you do wonder how people could do something like this. And then you have to admire people like Jo and Isla who have to deal with this, because there's the reality that people deal with this on a day-to-day basis. And if you know Cari as an author, you know what she does for work, so she's the best person to write about stuff like this. But yeah, I was really squeamish at one point. I'm really sorry, Cari, but that bit really got me, and I was like, oh. But you should still read it. Read around the squeamish chapter if you like. But still, I carried on because Cari really delivers strong stories, and the focus on grim realities of crime, I'd say, and those that work in the services protecting and saving lives have to deal with this all the time. And that is the grim reality of it. But it's great to have a little bit of representation through Jo and Isla in those areas. So important to tell their stories. There was so much going on with the case to keep the story busy. Like, there were multiple things happening. But there were also slow moments where Jo and Isla got away from it and they connected. And they helped, those moments, they helped to lighten the mood from time to time. And they showed just how much their relationship had grown. They make a fantastic team, and Isla really brings out the best in Jo when she is struggling or frustrated or just needs putting back down a peg or two to behave, which in this she was quite a bit. She was struggling, she was frustrated. The nature of the crimes were getting to her. Not having the answers as quickly as she would in some other cases was getting to her, and the fact she was ending up at the centre of it herself was also very worrying for her, mostly because she worried about Isla getting hurt more than herself, and she was doing all this while still injured. But yeah, really enjoyed this despite the dark nature and the chilling crimes being committed. Like, what a great story. And those help to ground the story in reality and provide perspective of just how taxing Jo and Isla's careers are and how strong they are mentally to cope with it all. But also to still find time to enjoy their lives and just be with one another and not be all consumed by it either. Absolutely fantastic balance. Really, really enjoyed this. Like I say, for anyone who is a little bit squeamish like me, there might be some moments that get you, and if you are easily triggered by darker and things like that, it might not be the best thing. But it's fantastically written and it's a great story. So please do give it a go, check it out. I'll pop a link in the description so you can grab a copy of The Stolen Girl by Cari Hunter, which I hope you will. If you've read The Stolen Girl, would love to know what you thought of it. Would love to know if you found it. But also, yeah, were you squeamish like me? Did you struggle with that one chapter? Please let me know. If you haven't read it yet but you're planning to read it, it's on your to-be-read list, or you're now super intrigued and thinking, yeah, I really want to give that a go, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you're interested in reading. And if you do read it, really, really hope you enjoy it. Bye!